Dear people from Tuxtla Gutierrez, as we have been seeing in the last decades, the issues involving the damage to our environment and to the flora and fauna of our state, country, and world have been on the rise. Therefore, and as a way to send a wake-up call to our community and to our society in general, I have decided to write these lines in order to share my feelings towards what we, humans, have been doing to the world we live in, which is the place that we can all call home. I would like us all to imagine living in the same house with our brothers and sisters, sharing the same living spaces, food, entertainment areas, and responsibilities under the same roof. What would you do if you saw one of your siblings making a mess of your bed, or of the desk where you work, or even the part of the closet where you hang and organize your clothes? What would you do if you saw one of your siblings pouring some drops of Clorox into the drinking water in your fridge, or another one of your siblings spitting on the pan where the food was cooked and where everyone is going to be serving his or her food from? What would you do if you saw another one of your siblings painting the wall of your bedroom or peeing out in the garden instead of peeing in the toilet where he's supposed to do that? And finally, imagine one of them cutting down the only tree that you guys have in the middle of the garden, which is the only shade that you all share when you are outdoors spending time together on a nice sunny day. How would you feel? Would you feel happy, sad, angry? What would you feel like doing to him or her? Do you think these are all fair actions to do considering that you all live in the same house, regardless of your differences in ages, income, savings, preferences, heights, weights, etc.? Or does any of you have more right to destroy something just because he or she is older or richer or more handsome or prettier or more intelligent or better prepared? Does that give you or any of your siblings the right to decide what to do or not to do over the rest of you? Well, this is what has been happening in our world. On one hand, some countries that are richer, that have more economical resources, that have more well-prepared people and better economical growing opportunities, seem to have decided to monopolize and exploit the water, the natural resources, the smarter brains, the best ideas, and they have decided to do so regardless of what other countries think, they feel, or they need. And on the other hand, some countries have decided to continue living under the same conditions that they have lived over the last 50, 60, or 100 years, without willing to change or improve a bit in favor of themselves, their societies, or their environment, without caring about growing in any way, intellectually, emotionally, economically, etc. And they prefer to maintain their people in total ignorance, as long as their leaders, of course, have clean water, cars, houses, good food, money, etc. Neither of these two attitudes helps improve and heal the situations and issues that we have been going through as humanity. Overpopulation, global warming, acid rain, greenhouse effect gases, deforestation, loss of habitats, extinction of species, you name it, are only an example of the degree of greed and selfishness that we, human beings, suffer. We don't care about our brothers and sisters. We don't care about the house we live in as long as we can make a lot more money from certain activities. Even if this requires destroying the walls, fences, or the trees that make our house functional, pretty, and comfortable for all of us, and regardless of ruining our other siblings living in the same house, we keep playing the role of either the victim or the perpetrator, instead of becoming aware and responsible for our thoughts, our actions, and their consequences. We, humans, have imposed ourselves a world whose only objective is to accumulate. It can be properties, money, objects, companies, riches, etc. But at no time have we thought about becoming a race that lives a life fully aware of who we are, where we go, what we do, and why we are doing what we are doing. We do not want to realize that we are just one more species walking on this planet, even more fragile than many other species of animals, and a lot more fugacious than many species of plants. The damage that we are doing to our world, which is our home, and the harm that we are causing to our own species and the rest of the other living creatures is becoming irreversible. And if we keep thinking that with power, money, or technological advances we can pretend that it is not happening, then our future is definitely written. We are on the verge of our turning point. We either solve it and drastically change our habits in order to have a future, or we will have to pay the price of our egocentric existence. And we'll vanish like the clouds vanish in the sky with strong winds. One thing is for sure, we are not killing our planet. Our planet was here millions of years before our existence. It can and will always find the way to go back to its balance. The risk here is that its balance may not be ours. The question here is, are we willing to pay this price? Let's think about it.